Good afternoon, folks. It is currently 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on April 16th, 2022 on Easter Sunday. I hope that you guys are having a joyous weekend. We are about to have a very busy week. As you can see, over the weekend, from about, I'd say 11:30 yesterday morning. What time is that? Yeah, actually 11 o'clock. We'll just call it 11 o'clock. 11 a.m. UTC time yesterday to this current time to this guy right here, which is 17:10, we've had 17 flares. Isn't that something? Some of which are M flares, and we actually just had another M flare just pop off from it was an M103. Now, none of these are Earth directed at this time from what I've seen. All they are is just flares. We have no coronal mass ejections currently coming at us at this time that I see, although it could change by the time as I'm doing this report. Now, what's causing it? Well, let me show you. This right here is a sunspot group that we're seeing. This right here is an active sunspot group that's been emerging over the sun's northeastern limb that we've seen all that activity. Remember, folks, I showed you guys a couple days ago. There are at least 2 dark cores larger than Earth with a possibility of more sunspots trailing behind it. So here are the dark cores right here. Okay? Well, yeah, there's more to this. The sunspot group has been very active, which we've seen hurling CMEs and plumes of plasma out into space over the edge of the sun. Future exposures may be Earth-directed. Yeah, will be Earth-directed. I mean, we are now into the time where it's going to be coming, where we can absolutely be affected by it. It is coming around the limb, and we can see the size of these holes. Well, I did a little extra digging, kind of did an update, and guess what I found out? Yeah, buddy, is all I can say. Look at the size of these umbras. You've got your positive and your negative, and they're right next to each other. Both of these individual are absolutely capable of throwing out an X flare. All of this activity is going to be bringing our baseline way up into mid to upper C's once it's directly facing towards us. And look at all this activity back here too. I mean, you've got all this activity that can be happening here, down here. Oh my goodness, folks, this is definitely something we need to be keeping our eyes on. I mean, look at that. That's intense. This is definitely enough to put a little pucker in the old pooper. Now, I am at spaceweatherlive.com, and as you can see, we're living in C class. Okay, this is when it was still around the corner. This was still around the limb. We couldn't even see those sunspot groups yet. And it was producing these M flares. Imagine if it was directly Earth facing. This would have been more like up here, for sure. And since our baseline, look at this, we're in low C's, but you want to add, I think it's better to look at it as an average and prepare, because you take your high points and your low points, and you want to try and find an average of, right about where it would be. And right now we are mid C. If you want to average those, we are living in mid C. And once that thing comes around even more, you're going to watch this baseline. It's going to start going up, just like this. Did you see this? How it was just kind of slowly going up? Yeah, we're going to start seeing it getting up into here. And then once we get into here, we're definitely going to be looking at some decent X flares. Oh my goodness. Yippee-ki-yay. We jump over and we take a look at Enlil's spiral here. Yes, this is NASA's Enlil spiral, and we can see them. And we did have a little eruption. Actually came off the backside of the sun. Not sure if it's northwest. I think this was northwestern region, coming off and going away from Earth. Earth is over here, and this is the sun. And if you take a look at the graph up here, you can tell which one is which. Like this orange one here, this is Mercury. So we can see that it's not coming at us, but this coming around to us, oh man, that sunspot group, this is going to be interesting, folks. Let's go take a look at something else. Jumping over to spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, let's take a peek at what we got going on here for our absorption. And this was that M flare, that small M flare that we had. Looked like we got to about 20 centimeters cubed, almost about 18. So I'd say that's pretty close. Well, maybe more than that actually. So this is looking green, so green is like right in here. So 20, yeah, maybe between 18 and 20. And then we can watch it go down. Now, remember, folks, we're living in constant C, so we're going to see these little snap, crackle, pops. But this is constant X-ray. Okay, imagine going to the doctor and getting your X-rays. Yeah, that's what this is. In fact, that little bugger right there, yeah, that definitely put us into about 23 right around in here, 23, 24 maybe. Looks like it's getting close to yellow. Could even be 25. Right at the edge of it. Oh yeah. Luckily that was out in the middle of the ocean, so if you happen to be a ham frequency radio operator, yeah, you definitely had some kind of effects coming to your radios. You could have small internet issues, nothing too major though, which is a good thing. Jumping over here to LASCO C3, and we are going to see that eruption come off the back side of the sun, the northeastern side, whoop, right there, or northwestern limb, sorry. That would be the northwestern limb coming off. So good thing that sunspot group left Earth facing as it went. Oh, look at this Borg cube, and I'm not sure what that is, but that's a really pretty 90-degree angle right there. Almost 90, almost a perfect 90. It's pretty close. I don't know many things that can do that. Folks, we are looking at something that's very, very rare, something that I do not see very often at all. This is our pressure, okay, our magnetosphere cut planes pressure, okay, provided to us by the University of Michigan. Go Wolverines. Watch this. Our Earth currently has no pressure whatsoever. Look at this. It's almost like we're standing still. Like that was it. Like that's the end of it. That's all you got was little poof. Like there's nothing, like not even a wisp. That's barely a wisp of a breeze of solar winds. This is not, I'm actually kind of dumbfounded a little bit. This is not something we see very often at all, where there's almost nothing. In fact, let me come up here and I'll go to the density. This is our density. Look at this. Zero density. And this where it gets thicker in centimeters cubed of density. There's like no density. Watch. Now you can see that little pop of something, but it's not affecting us. Like nothing in space at all. It's almost like it's void of anything. Just sitting still. Hardly any movement whatsoever. This is a rare event, folks, because it's not very often we see this. And we're not going to be seeing it like this coming week. When that thing starts popping off, yeah, we're going to be under a lot of pressure. The heat will be on. And as we come over here to ISWA, we're going to take a look at LASCO C2, and we're going to take a look at stereo ahead. First, let's check stereo ahead. And this right here is a very decent sized eruption that came off the backside of the sun on the 15th. Now, this is what was kind of coming. This is what's going to be coming our direction, folks. Now remember, this is the 16th. So the sunspot groups are actually that on the northern limb are actually we're actually right around in here. This is another group that's coming around the limb to be coming around at us. So that's something that we have to keep in mind. Now there's really not a whole lot. Now that right there that we're seeing, this area right here is what came off of the back side of the sun, or off to the right side of the sun. That's not coming directly at us. Although I will tell you, it certainly looks like it would be. It certainly does. We'll come over here to LASCO C2 and we'll give it another check. Now that's the one that came off the backside. Okay, we can see it there. Now the one for today, whoop, there's that one there. See that? That came off the right side, or the western side of the sun, and it's going away from us. So that also tells us that this was pretty dense and significant. Oh, almost looks like there's something right there, doesn't it? That's pretty interesting. Not sure what that is, but we'll go ahead and come on up here and we're going to take a look at SDO in 94 and 193 angstroms of light here for a minute, and then we'll jump over to 304. Now this right here, that's the region where all of our flares are coming from. Now it hasn't gotten an actual name yet, a sunspot name, but I'm pretty sure that it's old sunspot 2975, that it just didn't dissipate. But it'll get a new name as it comes around the limb, because we don't have something. Well, we do, but we don't have access to it. We have a satellite on the back side of the sun. We have a satellite on, we have stereo behind, stereo ahead to look at these things. So they can track it, but they don't give us the data for it. So that's on them. But yeah, that's going to be coming around at us. And then of course we saw what came off the back side of the sun. So look at all that activity. That baby is just flared up. Oh man, she is not happy. Look, oh, I gotta zoom in on this. This is just too good not to zoom in on. Look at all that churning and bubbling, and oh boy, and that's coming around our way to be facing us. Yeah, that's gonna be fun stuff, folks. I haven't seen any plasma coming our direction. We'll take a look over here at the 304 really quick, and we'll see if we have any plasma coming our direction, but I'm pretty sure we're in the clear for now. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Down we smudged. There we go. And I'm not seeing any filament releases. I'm not seeing any kind of arcing going on, except for what we have going on over here, and then this little actually kind of a big tornado, like a solar tornado. Look at that thing spinning. That's pretty nuts, ain't it? And all this will be coming around the bend. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. We're going to end today on the Schumann today, folks. We're looking at Italy. We do see that we have some kind of activity going on in Italy. All these teeny little spikes. We do have some hits on the geophone. Let's go ahead and take a look down here and see if we have any lightning strikes in the area. Just do a little double check. See here? We've got lightning strikes in the area. Now remember that station is right up here, so it's going to catch this magnetic charge. Okay, so it'll be in the air. Speaking of lightning and magnetic charges, please be aware, lightning is going to start doing some very strange and curious things here. It's going to scare some people. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We're going to start seeing lightning coming up from the ground. Watch this. Coming right up, arcing out into the sky from the ground. Why are we going to start seeing lightning doing that? Well, very easily. When you have a large planetary or a secondary sun type object getting closer, knowing that our planet has a magnetic charge, our magnetic field, our magnetic shields, that's what protects us from solar wind and solar weather. It's all electricity is magnetics. Okay, it's an arc. You're seeing the lightning arcs right here. As it gets closer, our Earth is going to start reaching out into the sky for the lightning instead of coming from the sky down. I mean, we'll still have some of that, but it's going to be coming up from the ground. Some of the ways you can protect yourself is by having aluminum foil underneath your bed. Line your, or you can buy the bubble wrap that's got the aluminum on both sides. You can do that to help shield you. If it happens to come up, it'll bounce and go around you instead of actually hitting you directly. If you happen to be living in a ley line area, like right on the ley line. Because especially in cross points, those are definitely areas that it's going to be coming up. So this is why I keep telling you guys to make sure that you keep your eyes open, because you'll be seeing this stuff. And when you do, by all means, if you can get it on video, great. Send it to me. I would love to my email. It's under my about section on my channel, and I will feature it and I will give you full credit for it to be able to share it with others. I mean, my platform can be used to do this. So by all means, please share away. And remember to keep your eyes open. No fear. Love is the only way forward. So the wolf out.